everyone, this is Woodsworth, and welcome back to another video, and today we are in Scrap Mechanic. So if you clicked on this video, there might be a few reasons. One is that you just started Scrap Mechanic and you want to learn how to play it, or two, you're building creations like this and you want some help. So the very first thing that you need to do is, of course, use your lift and build on your lift for new players. But anyways, so you can look through the handbook and learn the basics, but you'll be probably building things like this when you start off. So first of all, if you go to the blocks tab, there are dozens of different blocks that you can use that look much nicer than just plain concrete. So this is just, basic concrete. So I am going to delete this and start over. So for this, let's go with metal block 3. So if we take metal block 3, we can just build a basic platform here. And in the average hotbar, this is the seat that you'll get, and the other things, just completely replace those. So search up seat and just replace them with the maximum tier, seat and engine. So of course you'll start out with your base. And some people just, put a bearing here for steering, put another bearing, and put the wheel. So here's some things that can help you improve that. So for one thing, suspension can always help you. So if I get some suspension here, so if I put the suspension here though, and then put a block, because you can't put bearings on suspension, and put it like that, that's not the best, and it's going to be incredibly top heavy. So what I like to do, and I'm sure a lot of other people do it this way as well, is to actually build up around the seat, giving the seat sort of a little box. So like this, and then you can build on the side of it. So another thing is that when you're doing steering, pipes look much nicer. You don't have to use pipes, but it actually gives it a much nicer look, and this way you can actually see where the bearings are. So, you can put it like this, put a pipe, and then put the suspension afterwards, and then put the pipe, another pipe, corner pipe right here, put a bearing, and then put the wheel. So now it has a much less top-heavy build, but it still has the suspension, steering, and, forward and backwards. So now you have the basic body of your build. But here's the problem. When you drop it on the ground, it does not work very well. So the first thing, of course, you have to use the connect tool and connect the steering to the seat. So notice I did 4-wheel steering. You do not have to do 4-wheel steering. I just usually do it just as a habit, but you really don't have to. And so you also have to leave room for the engine, of course. So just plop an engine in the back, usually behind the seat. So now we hook up the seat to the engine, hook up the engine, pretty standard stuff using the connect tool. So make sure everything is rotating the right way. So now, if we do this, you can see that the front wheels usually are steering the wrong way, so you just flip that. And now we have a basic car. However, the suspension is completely deflated, so if you're using a heavy block like this, you should probably turn it up. Still, it kinda still looks like just a box, just box rolling around. Now, although this does have decent control, it doesn't look very good. So one of the essentials for the appearances is the paint tool. So just search up the paint tool or go to tools, and this is a must-have for making your vehicle look good, because with this, you can, well, paint your vehicle. And although it might not seem like it's making much of a difference at the beginning, it makes a huge difference overall. And another thing that you can use are wedges. See, if you use wedges, you can just, take some of the corners away and replace them with wedges, and it will give the car a much more sleek look if you're going for that look. And then paint it. And it just makes it look like, well, not a giant box. And just like so. So now it looks a little bit better. We can add some more wedge designs on the back if you want to, add a few little designs using wedges. But now you have the basics done. You have a little slightly shaped brick, and it's a decent car. But there are still a few things that you can add, such as, of course, thrusters. So if we take the thruster here and just, I don't know, connect it to the back, then we can connect it to the seat, and when it's connected directly to the seat, when you press W, it will automatically activate. However, this is not always practical, but it's nice for giving you little speed boosts. So the next thing is, you may not want your vehicle open like this. So, you want to add like a roof. So something really nice for making like roofs is, again, wedges. So if you can make like a wedge arch, it's really simple. You just stack wedges like that, and it's basically like diagonal blocks. But if you do this on both sides and create sort of an archway, if I do that now, it will begin to take shape. You can also make it a little bit steeper if you want, so put a wedge like that, and then put a block on top of it to make it have more of a car look, and then just put bracing across it, to make it look nice. And I will do that on this side as well. So after you paint it, now it kind of looks like a car, but it still doesn't exactly look like a car. Of course, you can alter the designs more than this. This is just an example. Here, let me turn up the suspension so it's not sagging in the back. But one design that I really like for the top is for the top bracing. So if you put wedges, that's not what I meant to do. So if you put wedges on the sides and then pipes connecting them, it will cover up that little spot on the wedge, as well as making this really neat design of like bracing on top of it, sort of like on a monster truck or something. Now you got your basic car. You can make it longer, wider, and generally that would look nicer. So this is one of the first actual good cars I built, and as you can see, it uses that same wedge design throughout. It does use a lighter block, but you can see how I just put some bracing here. I did make it a little bit wider. I used some glass, and up at the top here I used that same kind of bracing. And of course on this one I have spud guns. But why is the... Okay, I don't know why that's not hooked up, but... Oh, that's just to counteract the spud guns. But yeah, so wedges, painting, and everything like that really helps with your design. And yeah, I guess with that, that's going to be the end of the video. So if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. And with that, thanks for watching. Bye.